When I first started experimenting with the art history brush, I really didn't see its purpose. But what we are going to do is create a blended effect on this image and use the art history brush to make up the background. So I will start by dragging the background layer to the new layer icon to duplicate it. And I will name this Art History. When I have named it Art History, I will go underneath the History Brush tool to the Art History Brush tool. And on this tool, if I zoom in on the image with Command plus or Control plus, and simply click and hold, and it may be hard to tell what's going on until you cross over an area with detail. But it's not just randomly smudging colors. If I am in the bricks, then I am getting red. But if I moved into this, I don't know what the technical term in architecture is for that, but that little shell for ledge, kind of like a crown molding of the building. I could see that it's the green and the brown making up the image, so I can use a fairly large brush, making it bigger or smaller to turn this background really into an abstract. So it looks like I have a real photo painted directly on top of an image, and we will end up with a mask on this image. So I am going to zoom out, and I will pause the video for a moment while I finished painting the rest of this. For the windows, just to note, you might want to use your left bracket or your right bracket on your keyboard to make the brush bigger or smaller to really fill in final elements for this. So I will pause, and when the video resumes, this will be painted, and we can move on with our next effect. All right, to the magic of videotape, or actually computer-based pause and resume. I have painted this whole background for you, and I even saved a cinema painted so you could see the art history brush painting over top of the original photograph. Now I am going to hide the art history brush layer by clicking the eye icon, and I will click on the background and zoom into the cinema sign. I will usually quick selection tool to select the cinema sign. And I am not going to worry about the trees so much, or any other options. Of course, you could fix that if you have the time or energy. I will hold that Option or Alt to clean up these selections. And my goal is to make cinema the only thing that lights up in its original color and pixels, and then have all of the background become the art history that I have painted. You could also work harder to get the individual spokes along the sign, but I am going to let it go. I am on the art history layer. I've selected the eye icon, so it's on, and now I want to reveal this below and block everything behind it. So I will choose Select Inverse, which will protect the background. And when I hit the Add Layer Mask button, now cinema shows up in its own original detail. And I could click on the mask and hit B for my brush tool and clean up the edges by painting with black to block. In this case, blocking the art history or paint with white to reveal by clicking and shift-clicking if I want more of the art history to show through. So you can decide what portions you want to reveal and what portions you want to hide. But this is an excellent way to get a special effect on an image by using art history to create an abstract background. And there are lots of other things I could do. I could hold down Command or Control and click to turn this back into a selection. Choose Select the Inverse to get just the cinema, and now the last special effect I will do is Layer, New Layer, and call this Glow. I will pick a light yellow color, and then I will choose Edit, Stroke. Stroke will stroke in yellow, the outside of the cinema sign, so it can make it look like it's glowing, and I will leave it on center, and I think I will do 10 pixels. And if I deselect with Command D, Control D, you could see the yellow highlight. Now, to make it look like it's glowing, Filter, Blur, Gauzy and Blur, And if I click right on the cinema, it brings that in the view, and I can dial up or down how much blur I would like to have happened. So this is your tour of what the Art History brush is designed to do. I use it for abstract painting or backgrounds, and I have also included adding a layer mask and creating a glow effect by stroking a selection and then blurring that stroke selection so I could turn it on or off and you could see that glow effect. Explore with your own images or try with these cinema images to recreate what I have done.